Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of my playthrough with the Type UA. We're playing the Hunters with the C3i mini expansion. And of course we're gonna play also with the Cruiser, but I thought it would be fun to start with the Type UA, which is relatively simple. It's just basically a very powerful IX type submarine. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look at our last mission. We were to the British Isles and we sunk a total of 4 ships for 27,200 tonnage. So we had 2 months of refit because we had extensive hull damage, a total of 3 hull damage. So now we're gonna go ahead and in August 1940 go out on another patrol. So first of all, we roll a d6 because I am rank 2. So if I'm lucky with a roll of 1, I get to decide where the patrol goes to. And we roll a 3, so unfortunately not. So we're going to go ahead and roll now on the patrol, U-Boot Patrol assignment chart. And again, we're in August 1940, so that is going to be the third part of the chart. And we roll 7. So 7 is going to be another mission to the British Isles. There usually typically is a lot of those in the beginning. But this time we do, I'm going to make an M here, because this time we do not have a mine laying mission, so this is more of a regular patrol. So we go ahead and go to, let's see here, the British Isles, travel box. So we have passed now July 1940, which means that the first and the last travel boxes we're going to have to roll on Bay of Biscay instead of the normal low-risk transit box. So we go ahead and look at our encounter chart, and we have Bay of Biscay. An airplane will arrive on a roll of 2, 3, or 4 instead of just 2 and 3 on the regular transit box. And we roll 11, so we're good. We go ahead and roll on the next transit box, and this is just a normal transit box. And we roll 5, so we're good. And then we're at the first mission box. We roll now on the British Isles chart. And we roll 6. I believe that is a ship plus an escort. So just like in the previous mission, I'm going to roll first to see size of the ship. And it is a large freighter. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for identity. And roll 74. Large freighter 74. That is Steel Engineer 5700. So not something especially great. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Let's see, I'll put those there not to forget it. I'll roll now to see time of day. And we have nighttime, so I am gonna go ahead and engage that ship. And we go ahead and look at the charts. 74 it was, large freighter. So Steel Engineer 5700. Steel Engineer. So let's see, 74, 5,700 tonnage. We have nighttime. We are still gonna do a surface attack, and we're gonna do it from medium range. So we're gonna go ahead and, yes, we have an escort present. We're gonna go ahead and fire off 2 torpedo tubes. We still have those nasty duds on a roll of 1 to 2, so you might as well fire them off all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and roll now on a U-boat torpedo deck gun fire chart. Medium range, 7 or less is a hit, but we are firing on night surface torpedo attack, so it's going to be an 8 or less. First one is a hit. Second torpedo is also a hit. Third torpedo is a hit. Fourth and last torpedo is also a hit. So we have 4 hits. Let's check for duds, 2 at once. No duds, the first 2. And the next 2 we have 1 dud. Okay, so we have a total of 3 hits. So it's gonna automatically be that we sink this ship, but we roll for damages for flavor. And we roll 6-6, so that's 2 damage, but the 2 is 3 damage alone, so that 1 alone is enough to sink this large freighter. Takes a total of 5 damage. Okay, so now we go ahead and roll for escort detection, but before we do that, we go ahead and roll for escort quality. And we roll a 4, so that is going to be trained. And let's see, I have them over here for some reason. which is stupid. The trained one is just a normal escort, no modifiers. We're gonna go ahead and roll now to see if the escort detects us, and he will detect us on a roll of 9 or higher. And we rolled 6, so we effectively get away from that nasty escort ship. So we already have a successful patrol, and we were not detected by that escort. We roll now for the next travel box, but before we do so, we're gonna go ahead and reload our forward torpedo tubes. And we roll 9, and 9 on the British Isles is nothing, unfortunately. So we go to the first double box and roll again on the on the encounter chart. And roll 6, we have another ship with an escort. We roll first for ship size. It's a small ship, and day of time is day. We're gonna try to change to night time. And we managed to change to night time. So we roll now to identify the ship. Number 10, small freighter. That is going to be the Aiken side. Aiken side. For 2,700. That's not very impressive. Board, we have an escort present. We fire surfaced at night. And we are going to go ahead and fire from long range. And we're going to go ahead and fire at the small freighter with all of our forward torpedo tubes. And I'm firing at long range because I hope I'm going to kill him even if I do so. And that's going to make it less likely for the escort to detect us. So to hit now, long range 6 or less, but we have the surface torpedo attack modifier, so 7 or less to hit with the torpedoes. First one is going to be a miss. We roll 10. Second one is that's a hit. So I'll just remove the miss and put the hit over here. Because remember, we have 6 or less to hit, but with the modifier 7 or less. Third torpedo is a miss. Final torpedo is fortunately a hit. So we have 2 hits. Let's see if we have any duds. Oof, we have 1 dud, unfortunately. So we have 1 that actually hits and do damage. We roll to see damage. We roll 6, which is unfortunately only 1 damage. That is not enough to sink that ship. So now we roll for escort quality. And we roll a 2, so that is going to be a trained escort, which means a normal escort without any modifiers. And if you roll a 1, you're lucky, because then you have a green one, which is not very effective at getting at you. So we roll now on the escort detection chart to kill this small freighter. To not be detected, 8 or less normally, but now we fire at long range, so 9 or less we're undetected. And we roll 5, so we are undetected. Now we can go ahead and fire again. We reload our torpedo tubes here. And since we have damaged this ship, following is automatic and time of day is automatic. So it's going to stay at night. Now we roll 1d6 to see if it remains escorted. On a roll of 1 to 4, it still is escorted. And roll a 2, so it remains in escort. I'm going to go ahead and send... I'll set another 4 torpedoes at it, because, you know, we are firing at long range, surfaced, so we need a 7 or less to hit. First one is a hit. Second one is a miss. Then we have this third one, it's a hit, and the last one is also a hit. We have a total of 3 hits. We check for duds, and we have 1 dud. So we have effectively sunk it. 2 are hits and 2 are explosions, and the damage is going to be, wow, substantial. It's going to be, that's 4 damage, that's 1 damage. A total of 5 damage on this poor guy. So we definitely sink the small freighter. We roll now for escort detection. We know that his quality is trained. We need 9 or less to be detected. We're firing from long range. We roll 8, so we get away. I'm not super happy about this patrol. I've wasted so many torpedoes. Not really gotten anything big, but you know, it is what it is. We do sink the Aachen side or whatever it was called. So we're almost up at 10,000. And we change this one to a 2 and we roll again for encounter. And roll 4, that is nothing. So we go to the next box. Roll again on the encounter chart. Roll 10. 10 is a convoy. Okay, cool. So what I like to do before I do just like an unescorted ships. I roll for ship sizes first. We have 2 small ships, and then we have 1 small ship and a tanker. Okay, so then I check for time of day, and we have night time, so I am gonna engage. And then I simply roll for the tanker, which is 95. And a tanker on 95, that's gonna be the British Mariner for 7,000. And then I simply don't roll for the small freighters, because when I am engaging a convoy, I never shoot at more than 1 ship at once. So I like to attempt to follow the convoy and see more targets, and then you can all find better targets. So that is also another reason why I don't spend the risk and ammo on firing on several ships at once. But we have the tanker here, and then we have 3 small freighters. And if I feel like, oh man, I want to fire at them, it's never too late to go ahead and do so. It's nighttime. We're firing from surfaced position. We're gonna go ahead and fire from medium range at this time, and we are gonna go ahead and empty now our forward torpedo tubes, and we roll to see if we have hit. We need to roll 7 or less at medium range with the positive modifier -1 for night surface torpedo, so 8 or less to hit. First one is a hit. Ooh, second one is also a hit. It's a 7. Third torpedo is also a hit. And the last torpedo is 12, so that is a miss. For the 3 hits, we roll for duds. And we have a total of 1 dud. So we have 2 hits, 2 hits and 2 explosions. We roll now for damage. And we roll 3 and 2, that's pretty good. That is going to be a total of 5 damage. So definitely enough to sink that tanker. Definitely. Okay, now we go ahead and roll for escort detection. Before we do that, we roll for escort quality. And a roll of 5, I have to check it's going to be in 939 to 41. A roll of 5 means trained. So basically unchanged. Later in the war, there's more expert, and yep, you're going to have a bad time. Roll to see if he detects us. He will detect us on a roll of 9 or higher. And roll 5, so we are effectively undetected. So let's see here. There's no hits. All right, I will reload with my 2 last torpedoes here. And now we're going to go ahead and see if we can actually manage to follow this escort. And I believe the following of, not the escort, the convoy. Following a convoy, I think, is going to be a roll 1 to 4. Yes, so we roll 1 to 4. We have managed to successfully follow the convoy. Now we need to roll to see if it's night or day. And it's night time. Very good. So when you follow a convoy, you actually get to re-roll for all of the 4 targets. So we go ahead and re-roll. That's the wrong dice. Roll the d6 and we roll this 1 small freighter, 1 large, and then 2 large freighters. So we're gonna put them here on the map, not to forget. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and roll for the targets on the large freighter target racer. And roll 17, which is Gustav, E-Router, 6,300. And then we roll, I'm going to re-roll that one. We roll 2, which is SS Browning, 5,300. So the Gustav is a better ship to engage. And then finally we roll 16, which is Rafsei Castle. So that is going to be our intended target. So we go ahead and let's see. Note that on our. We sunk the British Mariner, and now we have the Rafsei Castle. $7,000 ton. So this is going to be exciting because I'm not sure we can get him on our first shot, since we only have 2 torpedoes left actually. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can do that. And we are firing surfaced from medium range. Alright, we roll on our U-boat torpedo deck gun fire charts. We will hit on a roll of 7 or less, but we have a surface torpedo attack, so 8 or less. And the first is a hit. And the second is also a hit. Okay, we roll to see if we have any duds. No, we have 1 dud. Unfortunately, we do have 1 dud. And the damage for the one that explodes and hits. Oof. Close. 3, that's going to be 2 damage. Only needed 1 more damage to take that guy out. So we roll now for escort detection. We know that it's a trained escort. On 8 or less we are undetected. We rolled 10. So that is going to be a detection. So we roll now to see if he how much he hits us for. And before we do that, I'm going to take evasive maneuvers. I'm going to take evasive maneuvers number 1, so a sharp left. And we roll to see where he goes. Oh no! He rolls a 1. Scheisse, man. That means that he's going to have 3 more hits. Okay, so let's see how much he hits. He hits, we roll a 6. So that's going to be 1 hit. But because our evasive maneuver failed, we have a +3. He rolled the exact same number, so we have 4 hits totally. Man, this might be bad. Let's see what happens. First hit is going to be 22, which is the electrical engine 2. Next hit is 44, which is going to be flooding. Third hit is 56, which is going to be deck gun. That's all right with me. I'm happy as long as we don't get hits that make us more detectable. Last hit is 45, which is going to be hull damage. Okay, so the first thing we do now is I'm going to go ahead and take 1 hull damage to exceed the test depth. And we roll to see if I have to take more, but no, we roll 11, so that's fine. 8 or less normally, but we have a +1 because we're previously detected, but a -1 now because we exceeded test depth, so 8 or less. And we roll 6, so that means we are undetected and get away. Whew, perfect. Okay, that got a little bit intense. Let's see now. We follow the ship because it's damaged. We get a roll now to see if it remains escorted. On a roll of 1 to 4, it's still escorted. On a roll of 5 to 6, it's unescorted. It's still escorted. Okay, so let's roll for the damages first. We have the flak gun, the deck gun. On a roll of 1 to 2, it's fixed, but it's not. It's inoperable. And then we have the electrical engine. That's not very good. We roll 1 to 4, it's fixed. Yes, we do manage to fix our electrical engine. Perfect. All right. So what do we want to do here, guys? I mean, we could fire the aft torpedo tubes. But we have taken some damage. We're also gonna have the previously detected thing. So I'm not sure if it might be better just to bug out, you know. Because even if we sink this ship, we might get sunk by the escort. It's just a trained escort, so I think the chance of that happening is not that big. But still 7 or less to detect us. Okay, let's do it from long range. And we'll fire the aft torpedo tubes. Both of them. And we'll fire actually now from... we'll do a surface. Okay, we'll do a surface at long range on this large freighter. So that means we need 6 or less to hit, but it's a surface torpedo attack, so 7 or less to hit. So the first torpedo is a hit, and unfortunately 10. The second one is not a hit. Roll to see if there's a dud. Ah, scheisse, man. There is a dud. I knew it. And then we roll now to see if the escort detects us. He will detect us on a roll of 8 or less. +1 modifier because he previously detected us. -1 for long range fire. 8. We got away. We got away. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and see again if he remains escorted. He will remain escorted on a roll of 1 to 4. And we roll a 3, so unfortunately he remains escorted. We still have 2 torpedoes. So, I mean, let's do this, guys. Let's do it. We're firing from long range again, so 6 or less to hit, but +1 because we are surfaced at the night, so 7 or less. First one is a miss. Second one is a hit. Let's see if it's a dud. It's not a dud. Let's see damage here. We roll 5, and that is enough damage to sink this guy because he's 7,000 ton. So that's 1 sunk large freighter. So now we have to unfortunately roll on the escort section chart. We fired at long range, so previously detected, so 8 or less, we are undetected. Yeah, we roll 4, we are undetected. So for today, the gamble paid off. Okay, now we're in a sad situation because we have no more ammo. We have ammo for the deck gun, but not enough. Sorry, it's inoperable, the deck gun, itself. So, but anyway, we roll for the next encounter on the British Isles, and we roll a 7, which is gonna be for the British Isles nothing. We go to the last travel box now and roll. And we roll 7 again, which again is nothing. We could try to attempt to resupply, but I'm not going to do that. We have a broken deck gun, and usually I'm looking for, when I'm doing the last, if I ever get resupplied, I'm just looking to kill lonely ships with the deck gun, but it's broken, so we'll go to the transit box. We roll 8, we're fine, and then we're in the last transit box. Remember, after July 1940 or July 1940 or later, you roll instead of transit on the horrible Bay of Biscay. And we roll 8 on Bay of Biscay, so we managed to make it back in port. Alright, so another successful mission. Let's go ahead and evaluate the mission together. It is a successful mission because we have sunk at least 1 ship. Remember to do the P, because it's the same rules for the type UA as the type XI, I think they're called, or IX. And then we have 1 standard month of refit, and then we have yet another one, unfortunately, because of our hull damage. Should have rolled for flooding. On a 1 to 4 it stopped. On a 1 to 5 it's 1 additional flooding. but we never got that far, so it doesn't matter. So we'll reset that. The deck gun has been repaired. We have less than 3 inoperable systems, so it doesn't add any month for us. Let's see here. No roll for promotion, because that's after 1 year, so in April 941, and no roll for crew increase, because that's after 3 successful missions. However, we have to calculate our total tonnage, so we have 7,000, 14,000, then we have 16,700, 22,000, plus 1,400. So that's going to be 23,500. So that is actually close to last call, but not quite. So that is going to be what together? 27,000. I usually actually use a calculator on my phone when I'm playing, because I'm not very good with math in my head, especially not when I know there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching. So let's see, that's going to be 40,000 plus 10,000 plus 600. So that is going to be 50,600. I think that's a very good tonnage for just 2 patrols anyway. Definitely don't get that with a Type 7. I hope I've calculated directly. If I calculated directly, tell me, and I'll correct it by next patrol. Also, yeah, the S should have been down here. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this patrol. As always, give me a comment. Did you see me make any error of the rules? I hope not. If you did, let us know. Or just comment. Did you like the video? Would you have done something differently or something like that? And of course, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode of the Hunters, the C3i mini expansion. Because of course we're gonna keep going. Hopefully we will survive the Hunters so we can enter the Hunted. But that's definitely not a guarantee. But I'll promise you that I'll do my best. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you next time.